The go-home week to WrestleMania 3 continues. Welcome to Nitro. Kicking things off this week, we've got the WCW Women's Champion, Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel, who will be defending that championship in just a few days at WrestleMania against Jade Cargill. Here tonight in our opening match on Nitro, she will be taking on Natalya. Jade, the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber match, which earned her the opportunity at a shot at Raquel in the WCW Women's Championship. Raquel, though, has been a great champion to this point in the sense that any challenger that has been put in front of her, she has found a way, even if it's maybe by underhanded tactics, in holding on to that championship. Then you've got Jade Cargill. Jade, who has had an impressive run in the open mic universe. But when it comes to championship opportunities, she always comes up on the losing end. Now, this is a different Jade Cargill. We saw Jade interfere back at Starrcade, screwing her friend, her best friend, Bianca Belair, when Bianca had a shot at Raquel. Since that time, it has been a different Jade Cargill. We saw her win the Elimination Chamber, and now she's set to do something that, to this point, has evaded her, and that is a championship here in our universe. But you can't discount Raquel, because like we said, Raquel has shown, whether by legitimate means in defeating her opponent or taking advantage of her teammates in the LWO, who might cause a distraction or two. Here, though, in our opening match, Raquel gets the 1-2-3. We'll see if that win here on Nitro can give her any sort of momentum boost heading into WrestleMania this weekend. Up next, we've got Otis. He will have Maxine in his corner. He's going to have his hands full as he goes one-on-one with Omos. While we don't yet know who the participants in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal would be, I gotta think these two very likely to find themselves in that match. And I would also say that both of these guys heavy favorites when it comes to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Get a chance for a little bit of warm-up work this week against each other. And we know how Battle Royals go, or the Royal Rumble goes. You know, obviously the bigger guy you would think would have the advantage. That was why the Battle Royal was always Andre the Giant's match. But if you get a group of people who, for even a little bit of time in that match, are willing to work together to get the biggest obstacle eliminated out of the match. But if you're going based simply on the size, there aren't a whole lot of people on the roster that have the ability to eliminate Otis or Omos one-on-one, except maybe each other. So could we maybe see these two as the final entrants, the final participants in that Battle Royal? We could be getting a little bit of a preview of that here this week on Nitro. Otis with the cover only gets a 2. And now Otis's strength on display. Otis, one of the strongest members of either roster. Now Omos fighting his way out. Big clothesline. Really to the head of Otis. Sends Otis into the ropes. And now look at the strength of Omos as he slams Otis down. Goes for the cover. But Otis able to get his shoulder up. Omos slamming Otis to the mat. And then now with a disrespectful cover. And that will do it. Omos with the win this week against Otis here on Nitro. Now we are going to hear from Eric Bischoff. Eric says, this weekend at WrestleMania, the WCW Cruiserweight Championship will be defended in a gauntlet match. Ilya Dragunov will be defending against Santos Escobar, Dragon Lee, Charlie Dempsey, Wes Lee, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, and an 8th cruiserweight who is a world-renowned cruiserweight superstar that we're looking to bring in to compete in that match. So we know the competitors that'll be involved in that cruiserweight gauntlet match, and the odds definitely not in Ilya Dragunov's favor. It's time for our main event, and it is going to be between the Judgment Day. Damian Priest and Finn Balor. This is, Priest has been trying to get his hands on Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson for weeks. After what they did to Finn just a few weeks ago on Raw, let's take a look. They attacked Finn backstage. And then last week on Nitro, in a match between Priest and Abyss, AJ sending a chair into Abyss, but Finn Balor would come out and save his Judgment Day partner, his Judgment Day brother. And look, there has been a lot of animosity in the Judgment Day. They've not been on the same page as of late. But the fact that Priest was trying to exert a little bit of revenge for what these two men did to Finn Balor, and then the fact that Balor showed up last week and saved Damian Priest in what could have been an ugly situation ahead of his match at WrestleMania against AJ Styles for the WCW World Championship. As you notice, AJ Styles and Abyss both absent from ringside here tonight. They have been barred from ringside. Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson will have to do this one alone. AJ was told if he comes out to the ring at any point tonight, not only will his match against Damian Priest at WrestleMania not take place, but he will be stripped of the WCW World title. And then in that instance, I don't know what you do. You've got the Royal Rumble winner and challenger, Damian Priest. Maybe, I guess if AJ comes out, maybe you take Priest and put him in the ring with somebody for the vacant WCW Championship. But if AJ's smart, he is going to stay away from this one. Obviously, the fact that Gallows and Anderson showed up on Raw a few weeks ago and attacked Finn Balor, there's a lot of history between Finn Balor and Gallows and Anderson. And the fact that they would do that to somebody who has been a longtime friend really shows where their allegiances lie. And that is with the phenomenal AJ Styles. And it's been something that has worked to AJ's advantage. These guys have gone out of their way to help protect the WCW champion and making sure, first back at Starrcade, that he won the championship when he got some help from Abyss in defeating Cody Rhodes. But then also helping him last month at Elimination Chamber, as they were a huge distraction for AJ's opponent, LA Knight. So you got to think they are going to factor in some way at WrestleMania as AJ defends the WCW World title against Damian Priest. But the good news is for Priest, it does appear that he and Finn Balor on the same page. Balor there with the cover, and Damian Priest and Finn Balor kind of in a quick fashion there pick up the win as they defeat Gallows and Anderson. And you gotta think AJ Styles will not be happy with what he saw go down here tonight. Good night, and we'll see you later this week at Thunder.